In this video, we review the considerations for selecting or creating assessment tools and evaluating their use in summative assessments. The primary goal of developing a summative assessment scheme is to identify a mechanism through which you will be able to answer the following question. If students master the learning goals of a unit, what will they know, understand, and be able to do at the end of the unit? It's necessary to discuss what the quality of student work should look like on the assessments. Questions that should be considered are: 1. What rubrics will be used for assessing? 2. What are examples of high-quality responses and low-quality responses? 3. How is performance on assessments measured? And 4. How is the assessment data analyzed and used? Let's begin by reviewing the three categories of assessment tools: pre-assessments, formative assessments, and summative assessments. These can be distinguished by examining several key factors. First is the purpose of the assessment. Next is the place where the assessment is used during instruction. Finally, it is necessary to consider how the assessment data will be used. Now let's look at each type of assessment. Pre-assessments or diagnostics are the first formative assessment that a teacher will use in the unit, and it serves several purposes. They help you to determine which students have or have not achieved mastery of specific prerequisite and requisite student learning objectives. With this knowledge, you can plan appropriate learning activities and instructional strategies for individuals or flexible groups, as well as guide whole group instruction and flexible grouping. A formative assessment is an assessment for learning and happens throughout the unit. These assessments provide feedback that tells you whether the students are moving toward mastery of the learning goals. Feedback should be shared with students since we want to foster their independence and responsibility for their own learning. A formative assessment is viewed as a process rather than an end product. It takes place during instruction, and the data should be used to adjust instructional decisions made by the teacher. These decisions might include teaching and learning strategies, as well as the types of resources being used. Greater detail on pre-assessments and formative assessments are given in another area. Summative assessment is assessment of learning. It is usually a single measurement that takes place at the end of the unit of study to assign a grade to the level of mastery for students. These types of assessments are often designed and conducted by teachers. The results are used to measure progress and mastery, and to rate student performance for purposes of issuing grades. Data from summative assessments may also be used to evaluate the educational process and can act as a pre-assessment for upcoming lessons or units. All the assessments can work in conjunction to provide a picture of student learning. You can use the information from assessments to improve all aspects of learning. If your PLC works together to understand and develop the assessments, they will be more effective and useful to everyone involved.